Sometimes fate throws you a little bit of a curveball. I had absolutely no intention of getting or looking at the Transformers Legacy Menasor. And then this opportunity came up. This, of course, is the Transformers Legacy Motormaster. And I'll say this, I was never, ever going to get this guy for the full Canadian asking price because the cost of Commander class went up here, but when the opportunity came up to get this guy for less than the US asking price, I said, maybe fate's telling me to take a chance. Is it worth it? Was it worth it? Did I make a good decision? Did I take a good chance? Well, we're about to find out when we look at everything to do with this guy in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links, all of that in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. And this is the box for Motormaster. I've heard an awful lot here. Yellowing issues, the back tires of the trailer not tabbing in. I have been iffy on this guy as a combined mode because it's not exactly combining per se, but you know what? I do live to be surprised. I do live to be impressed. And when the opportunity came up here to get this guy for less than the US asking price, I said maybe that's just the right deal. Is he good? Is he bad? Did I make a good choice? Well, how about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. So yes, indeed, in an unexpected twist of fate, I'm taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Motormaster. I already looked at the drag strip. I wasn't blown away by it. It's not bad. I just don't understand why it costs so much more than the Combiner Wars here in Canada, because it's a lateral move. I didn't think it was an improved move. It was, you know, certain things it did better, certain things it did worse. It got a loose waist. Then I looked at Wild Rider. I'm going to tell you now, other than the fact that he has like 3 pieces to his hood and, you know, a couple of pieces that we're going to call feet that just kind of go jammed under the car, really, essentially, it's very close to the same engineering from Combiner Wars. So it's not bad. I liked it with Combiner Wars. I like it now. Again, I don't understand why that one would cost so much more, because it's not that much of an improvement, right? Now, to be fair, I did not pay full price for Wild Rider. I got him a few dollars cheaper than regular retail. And then comes this guy. I don't think that the Canadian retail price for a Commander now of $140 is reasonable, and I don't think it's justified here. But I did manage to score this guy for $10 less than the going American price. So when I can get him for $10 less than the going American price, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's worth taking a risk on. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe the hype is real. But before we look at him, let's look at this packaging first. And we do have beautiful artwork here. I do not like that we can't see the product. I find that that irks me to no end. I don't like this packaging. We should have a window. We should be able to see the product. Sorry, but that's how I feel. And it should be plastic. Sorry, but again, that's how I feel. I don't buy things without seeing them first, typically. I don't like that. It's not a practice I'm comfortable with. So this is pushing me further away. Nice artwork on the side here, holding his dagger, really, because it's not a sword. But again, nice artwork over here of how the dude looks. And over here we have our typical Legacy Decepticon artwork, and then on the back you see that there was a big sticker put here, so that's great. Other than that, you can see all of the different alt modes. Oh, we got some gigantic instructions. I think that they look pretty darn good. And then here we have Motormaster. There are people who have complained and said that the trailer is too stubby and short. I mean, maybe. It's a similar length to the, like, Earthrise Optimus Prime trailer. Maybe a little bit shorter, but it's also taller. It does have more heft and mass. Why am I not comparing it next to that trailer here? Because honestly, I don't use the Optimus trailer with Optimus. I use the Second Chance trailer with Optimus. This is taller, but significantly shorter than that. That being said, though, I still think it's serviceable. Does it look a little stubby? Yeah, probably, but I still think it's serviceable. It rolls fine. It tabs in down here just fine. These back tires should tab in better than what they do. One side of mine is okay, the other is not. I've heard of a lot of people having these push out on them, and I get it because it's just a little teeny tiny nub that's under there. The easiest way for us to look at this is like trailer, then Motormaster, and then the combined mode basically. But yeah, it rolls well. You'll also notice that we have all of the wheels, hubcaps, whatever you want to call them, painted in. I think that that's a nice touch, as it should be. And if we remove the cab section, then we're left with the trailer. By the way, up around where the trailer hitch is, you can pull down a little stabilizer. It likes to go back up like it's tiny. It's so small and it doesn't like to really stay down. I'll note here on the back too, you'll see that this side of my tires likes to push out. It's not secured in there really at all. I find that to be a bummer about this. But if yours is all tolerance fine with the back tires, I think you'll be fine. If yours isn't, then I think that's a knock against this. I don't understand why you didn't have a more secure method than this little, like this thin piece of plastic with just a little nub that goes into what doesn't even feel like a dedicated space. It's the weirdest thing. Mine is serviceable. Mine is probably middle of the road, but I know people have had issues. Okay, let's get this guy apart. We kind of don't have time to waste here. So we're going to take that front off and we take the top off, and now we have all of these parts. I will note that the sword is in here. I will take this out now. I'll fold that up too. I'll take this out now. It's all black, really. Well, this might be gunmetal gray, and it might just be the shine on it. Honestly, I think that they should have done something better than this. I don't know. I don't know. That's more of a dagger than a sword to me. I will also note that several people have reported yellowing in this section in here. Now, what's really weird is apparently the batch number on my box is a US batch number for some weird reason. I didn't order from like you know, an American site or anything. So I find that weird. So mine might turn, but it hasn't yet. We'll have to wait and see. These will come apart now as well. This will come apart now as well. And then up here, we fold up those pieces, and then this will come apart. So you can see that the whole trailer becomes like a number of bits and pieces. I'm going to now put this together as the, we'll say, battle station mode, I guess, for lack of a better term. Let's get all of this out of here for now so we can kind of focus on sort of one piece here at a time, I hope. And we're going to start with this piece right here, which of course is really the torso of Menasor. We're going to straighten up, straighten out the heavy ratcheted leg pieces. We're going to, let's see, what we'll do next. We're going to take the torso piece and turn it all the way around. Oh, and I guess we'll fold that piece in as well. So we have, I guess it should kind of really be like this, if I'm being honest. So that's like that. Then we should take, see if I can maybe just show this, the arm here, and we fold it like this, right? So we have something that looks really like this. We're going to do that with both arms. This goes turned over. You'll notice that we have peg holes up right there. Those peg holes are going to take these pegs right here, and if I can just find it here now and line it up. I'll have to do that in a moment off screen, but in essence it's the Same thing here, you're going to have both of these that will peg in to those two peg holes. Let me do that and then we'll move on. So in essence it ends up looking like this. I made a mistake. There are two hinges here around the elbow basically, because these end up being the arm pieces, and I used the wrong hinge. This is the way the configuration should look. It's the outer hinge that goes bent out, and then these tab on no problem. Of course this is stood up. It should not really be stood up. It's kind of lied down. In the meantime, we're basically going to take the leg sections next, and really what we're doing is transforming them to the leg. So we push through this piece here and it comes all the way down and around, right? And we do the same on the other side with the other leg, right? So that's the two legs done. You'll notice on the front of the toes we have a little, maybe you can't see it there, we have a little circular peg. We're going to use those pegs in just a moment. In essence, what we're doing is taking this piece now and laying it down. And then, again, using the toe peg, you're going to plug that in there. And again, using the toe peg, you're going to plug this one in, should be over here, thusly. You probably can't see that because now it's kind of going off screen a little bit, but that's kind of the main base part. Then we have the blaster section. Then we take this piece, and this was that front piece. We basically just straightened it out, right? Because it was like this basically, right? And then we just straightened it out and closed the whole thing up, and it all tabs together. It turns around like this. We're going to use these little rectangular tabs to really kind of slot in the front there. I'll have to slot that in better. And then his blaster section, we take and we flip down the blasters. We flip up this piece, and then using the peg hole on the bottom, that would go in up right there. These need to go pegged in. I mean, neat, I guess. It could certainly go with Trypticon or Scorponok or Black Zarek. I guess, I mean, it could go with that motif. It could be just an outpost. It's all right. It's just, I don't know if it was needed. And if you're so inclined, though I don't have him transformed right now, you could take Motormaster, and he does stand up here. Voyager stands up there quite fine. And he can hold on to his two little, I don't know what you call them, like blaster handles here. And you got a fine base that, you know, can blast around and stuff. It's fine. It's fine, I guess. I don't have any hate on for it. It's just, I don't know if it was necessary. Now, here's where things get interesting. To go to the combined mode. So we take all of this, really, and it just all goes away. Now, you can get an add-on kit that turns this into a big cannon. Some people have opened it out and they'll end up doing something like this, and they'll put it on his back with that peg. So, but in essence, this is now like a throwaway piece. It's only there for the truck and if you want to make the base. To me, this doesn't add much value then. It should have been incorporated some way. This will be the Menasor blaster. It is not accurate to his G1, but whatever. It's fine, I guess. Then we come here and we take this off and we take this off. And again, fine, I guess. We will take the lower body and turn it around. Oh, we're also going to take these pieces off. We take the lower body and we turn it around. We're going to take the legs and they slide in a la Combiner Wars, which we'll talk about a bit later actually. And we'll do the same there, right? So we can now stand our guy up. And just so we're clear here, this piece will come down. Motormaster himself will turn into basically a cube and go in here, and it's only after that that we can attach the arm pieces. Nevertheless, for the arm pieces, I mean, you know, since we're here, I guess, really, what you're doing is looking to fold out a hand, fold this down, and fold this down. And really what you want to do now is put the arm pieces on here. This is the side, if I turn this guy around, this is the side over here that will have drag strip on it. So as of right now, that doesn't really work, but it will in essence be here. But let's do the side with drag strip and see how well the whole mechanism for that works. Okay, so here we have what is essentially going to be the arm for Menasor with drag strip. And we fold out a hand, and we could even fold down these pieces on the side. There's a double hinge there that brings them down on the side. Now, the whole idea is to take drag strip here, and he goes on over a couple of pegs here and a couple of pegs here and this little piece here is supposed to split his body. It does not work with mine, I find. I don't feel good about it. I'm gonna try and show you how this goes now. Now, the way that this is done, that button should be after going in and splitting this. But when I try to, oh, it did work that time. Doesn't feel the most comfortable. That's the first time I've actually gotten the mechanism to work. So, yay for on camera, I guess. We straighten that out, then this one comes down and it straightens up. But like, here's the thing. I guess I'll turn these down. I guess we'll do something like that. Here's the thing with it though. The whole arm functioned without drag strip on it. He serves literally no function. Put that in, by the way. There's no reason for him to be there. Now, I'd wondered if Combiner Wars arms could work. They can't because of how this goes down over a section on Motormaster. I tried attaching Combiner Wars drag strip and dead end to the arms, and while I guess if you really wanted to, you could find a way to make it work with the pegs and maybe some of the accessories and stuff, it's not really secure and it doesn't really work. There is, however, some 3D printable parts that you can get that do allow those Combiner Wars arms to go on, and you don't need any of this at all. So, I mean, it exists. It's up to you if you would rather have an adapter like that for the Combiner arms, which are actually combiners, or if you're okay with him basically putting on the sleeve of a jacket. So now we've done everything with the trailer. It is hefty, it is substantial, it is impressive to a degree, but at the same time, I could understand how some people would find it cumbersome. Let's move to Motormaster himself, who is pretty glorious. I love this truck mode. I love the Decepticon logo here. I love the front of it. I love the way that they have like the two windows here, but then they get like texture detail, because technically these two windows should be what forms the front of the shin of Menasor or Motormaster, but that's not the way it works with the transformation. We have these faux pieces up here that have like circuitry and stuff behind them, but I think it works fine. I really do. It doesn't stand out to me. I think it looks good. The back here is clean. The space here I don't really like, but the more I looked things up and sized it up, the more I was like, you know what? Honestly, not too bad. You'll notice, by the way, we haven't given any scores yet. We'll do that when we get this guy in his like combined mode, or not combined mode, in his robot mode, I guess. In terms of the truck though, and kind of accuracy to animation, I mean, obviously all up here should be black, but I don't mind that. And this white shouldn't be here, all of that should be black, but I get why it's there because of the way the arm transformation goes, so it's a small price to pay. Otherwise, it's pretty darn good. I think the grille is probably supposed to be black with two silver rounded headlights, but like, I don't mind this. I'm okay with the grille being like this. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Let's do the transformation to robot mode. Oh, he rolls like a champ, by the way. So does the trailer. Let's do the transformation to robot mode first, and then we'll go to the combined mode after, right? So for the robot mode transformation, where do I want to begin? Let's begin by picking that up and out, and picking this up and out. We can fold that in, and these will, for now, kind of just come down on the side. By the way, I will point this out. When they come down on the side, they will end up locking over right here with a rectangular tab and port system. But we're just going to leave them there for now. Then we're going to fold in the front tires. They're a nuisance, I find, to get back out. But yeah, anyway, they fold in. You might need a wedge tool to get them back out. We're going to pick up the sections on the top here. They'll eventually come down over the knees. And then we're going to straighten out. We might have to pick off a little bit there. Straighten out what will essentially be the legs. They're on kind of soft ratchets back here, but I like it. Then we will fold, nope, wrong. We'll split the legs. Then we're going to take the whole kind of grill piece, bring it out on an ankle tilt, rotate it around, and there's a whole false cab here. And by the way, the 6 tires here, that's accurate. Then we're going to fold this piece in and fold that around the back, and that fits in on the side on a peg. Then we're going to use this rectangular peg, and using this rectangular port, that solidifies in there, and we're going to bring the whole knee forward. Some people have had real issues with their knee tabbing in as well. Not me, but some people have. We come over here on this side, we do the exact same thing where we turn that around, that comes down on the side. We fold this in, fold that up. This comes down on the front and tabs in. And then that knee is there. And now we can stand the guy up and deal with his upper body. Upper body, relatively simple from here. We lift up and off the arms. We'll bring this down on the front for now. We'll bring the arm out to the side. We'll bring this arm also out to the side. We'll bring this all the way up over the back. And the tabs in here on the back. Bring the arms down to the side. Push them both in till they clip. Open the underside of the arm. Flip out the hand. Rotate the wrist. Close it up. Bring that arm down. Over here, same thing. Open it up. Bring out that wrist. Close it up. Rotate the wrist. Bring it down. And boom, in the end, here we have Motormaster in his robot mode. And boy, oh boy, do I love the transformation. I'm giving the transformation a 10. I think it's glorious. It is intuitive, but there's enough moving parts and stuff that it's brilliant. So I really enjoy it. The coloration, I mean, the gray head, the kind of purpley face, the white arms, the Decepticon symbol on his left arm. Yes, you could put his blaster in his hand. Yes, you could put his sword in his hand. I mean, it's darn close. It's darn close. I'm going to say 9.9. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. 9.9. Somebody less discerning than me would probably say 10. So we have a 10 and a 9.9. This guy's doing great. What about the articulation for the dude? Well, we have a head that goes left and right, no up and down, which is a shame. The arms, they can go all the way around, out to the side. 90 degree at the elbow, bicep swivel. Wrist rotation. I do find that the hands look a little bit small. It's a minor gripe. It might just be me. Hips go out to the side on a soft ratchet. Hips go back on a heavier ratchet. Forward on a heavier ratchet. Knee is deep over 90 degrees. Thigh swivel. It's weird that the knee can go that way. Luckily, my Motormaster's toleranced really well, so honestly, oh, I just popped that was my fault though. It's not his fault, it's my fault. I don't find it affects his stability in any discernible way, but if your tolerances are off, or you have a loose knee, the dude might want to fall forward and that would be a shame. And we have ankle tilt. For my copy, I would say, I don't think there's anything I could want. Maybe articulated hands, but like, I'm thinking 9.5. But that's with the caveat that the knees could be trash on some copies. That's a big caveat. If your knees are loose and trash, that's going to ruin this guy for you. I am confident in saying that. All right, so as just a Motormaster, we had a 9.5, a 10, and a 9.9. I mean, the guy's like a 9.75. It's a fantastic fantastic Voyager class Motormaster. If you're wondering how big this guy actually is, again, for expediency, I don't have comparisons here. I can tell you he's significantly smaller than the Combiner Wars Motormaster, but he is basically the same size as Earthrise Optimus Prime. Like, that Voyager size is the Voyager size that this guy is, right? So I think most of us know the Siege Earthrise Optimus mold. Well, this is comparable to that, right? It's comparable to the Voyager size of the other Commander class offering we have, being Rodimus Prime. So let's go to the combined mode. We're going to make sure I remember all of this now. We're going to take all of this over and down. We're going to open out, yeah, that section there. We're going to bring up, if I can do it, there we go. We're going to bring up the head. You kind of got to angle it back. It's weird the way the head comes out. You sort of angle it back, and we're going to put that in there. We're going to put this piece down and fold all of that in there and solidify it together. Now, obviously, things are kind of altering here a little bit, so if something goes off screen, I greatly apologize. We're going to open the hand, we're going to rotate the wrist in and close it up. We're going to open the hand, rotate the wrist in, close it up. We're going to take the arms and really bring them forward. Like, this is the chest of Motormaster, so we're really going to bring them forward. We're going to pick these up off the side, and we're going to bring them in. Before we bring them in, we should fold up the antenna of Menasor. We're going to bring that in. We're going to bring that in. So we're bringing both of these in. Should be bringing both of these in. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Duh. We have to actually open these side sections out. My apologies. Those side sections open out, side of the torso. Then we rotate this in, turn at the elbow and angle it down. We rotate it, turn at the elbow, angle it down. And then we take really this piece and we're going to bring it up. You'll notice two little nubs there. That's what these lock into, in essence. Then all we have left to deal with are the legs, and pretty sure we turn them this way, and we come here to this side. We're going to have to open this section out. We're going to collapse the leg in. We're going to close that section back up, and then we're going to bring the whole thing up around on the side. We're going to do the same thing here on the other side. We open it out. We collapse the whole leg down, we close it back in, we bring it up on the side. These two sides now will lock in to the sides of Menasor's body, or Motormaster's body. We take off these knee pieces and they're going to come down underneath. I'm going to just solidify everything so that we can put it onto the main body. Alright, so with this whole cavity open, we have two big round slots there. We have two big pegs there. So we're going to take that and push it in. We're going to take this purple piece back here and flip it up to help secure things. And then lastly, we're going to fold that piece up and fold this piece up and flip down that and flip down that. That's how the arms will attach. I mentioned that you can get 3D printed adapters that go down over this. That's up to you if that's what you want to do. In terms of attaching the actual like arm components, really all you're doing is sliding that down until it clicks. We'll do it with the other side as well. Here you have Menasor, and the head goes left and right. The arms can go well out, not out all the way. No, maybe they can go out all the way. They go all the way around. They have a ratcheted elbow, swivel, wrist swivel. The hands don't open or close. We do have a waist. That's nice. We have legs out to the side, back, forward, knee to 90 degrees, thigh swivel, ankle tilt. You kind of have everything that you could want, and it's fairly solid. I've heard that the ankles are quite loose on some copies, or that he's very front heavy. Mine seems fine. Mine seems like it has no issues in that department. I think the articulation is good. I think the look is quite good, but of course it's not finished, so I can't really give it scores. But as it's designed, I guess it functions well. The last thing that I wanted to kind of address here is the compatibility with Combiner Wars limbs. So what was stated is that these here go in and they lock in, but that the Combiner Wars limbs can't. Well, sir, I am here to tell you that ba-boom, yes, they actually do work just fine. They stay in just fine. They go back here just fine. We have still a very deep knee. It does everything that you'd want it to now. All that being said, it does make the arms look extra long, and some might say, hey, now the torso seems long. So I get that it throws off the proportions, though I do think the lower leg and the thigh are now in better proportion with each other. While you can do this, and while it certainly is functional, I would venture to say to you that anybody who would want to use these limbs should do the 3D print if they can find it. Again, I don't really know where to find it or if it's available, I just know I've seen it. That would slide down over these sections and allow you to attach the arms. I think that if all 4 limbs had the proper proportions, then it would work. As it is, using the Legacy arms and the Combiner Wars legs, well, I mean, his hand now comes down to his knee. That seems a little off to me. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. So we can't give a score to Motormaster, or sorry, Menasor, but for a version of Motormaster, this one is very, very strong at about a 9.75. And here we are, and here he is, and man, okay, so this is complicated. Based on the math, the mass is there for a commander class. Based on the math, I would say the paint is there. I would say the parts count is there. I don't think that this is anything less than Commander Class Rodimus Prime, for example. But I don't think it's anything more. I don't think that a price jump in Canada was remotely justified for this, not even slightly. I think that it is, I think it's a Commander Class value, but I don't think it's an upped Commander Class value. I think the US price makes sense for it. Getting it cheaper than that, I think makes great sense for me. It's good. It's more impressive than I thought it was going to be. I love the transformation here. I love the look in vehicle mode, except for the opening on the back feels off to me, even though I don't think it really is. But I do love the look of it. I love the look in robot mode, even though the hands I think are a little bit small, but the head is glorious. The rest of the body is pretty glorious. I think it's about as perfect of a mainline version of this character as we have ever had or could ever have. The true value here in being a commander, though, is that you have to see the full value in the trailer, right? You have to accept that, yeah, it's a great base. You have to be cool with it being really the entire body of Menasor. It's all there, so I understand it the way it's designed, but I also understand that the way it's designed is not going to appeal to everyone. My advice is this. I think it's quite good. Better than I thought it was going to be. Much more impressed than I thought it was going to be. However, I do think that you should kind of keep your eyes peeled, see if you can get it on just a little bit of a sale. If you're in Canada, get it on a lot of a sale. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty gosh darn good. Good enough that I actually think, to my shock and odd amazement, that based on the math and the numbers, it truly is a commander class. But it's a commander class that you should probably get a few dollars cheaper if you can. Let me know what you think about Motormaster. Maybe I've been too kind to him, maybe I've been too harsh on him for your liking. I don't know. I just call him as I see him. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us. Especially don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you right there, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.